Guys, welcome to Together We Can Cook. Tonight is Christmas Eve and I have to make a salad for tomorrow. And I'm going to take the easy way out and send all of my vegetables through a food processor just to make it go a little quicker because I have so many things that I need to cook for dinner tomorrow. I'm going to start out by peeling this carrot and we're going to send it right through the food processor with the blade that will grate the carrot. There's all different settings on it. So I'm just going to get rid of my garbage here and we're going to switch over to where the food processor is and we're going to get started. Okay, so here's our food processor. I'm just going to go through some basics in case you guys want to try this. So this blade is usually down in here and I don't need this right now. This is for like chopping things down here. So I'm going to put that aside. And just as a reminder, always make sure it's unplugged if you're putting your hands anywhere in here. And it comes with this blade and there's two sides to it. So if one side is up, it's going to make slices. If the other side is up, it's going to grate whatever it is you're putting in. So in this case, we're going to grate a carrot. So I want that side up and I'm going to take the top and put it over. Now it's safe to plug it in. So let's plug this in. Okay, and it comes with this plunger that can go in here. And here is the carrot that we're going to grate. So we're going to put it in here and take the plunger and I'm going to turn the button and it's going to go right through. And that's it. That's how quick it goes. So before we want to stick our hands in here, again, we're going to unplug it. Even though it has a safety on it that when you go like this and take the top off, it won't run. But we're still, to be doubly safe, going to unplug. Now we can take that off. There's two little holes in the top here where you can put your fingers to get this safely off without cutting yourself. And if you look inside, there's our carrot. So I'm going to dump this into the bowl of lettuce that I've already cut up and washed. And we're going to move right on to the next vegetable. Let's move on to the cucumber. I just cut each end off and the cucumber is already washed and ready to go. It does not fit. Okay, so I am going to cut it like this, long way. And we're going to put these in and take our little plunger and we're going to put the chopper on. It was in slice mode. I'm going to unplug. We're going to take the top, carefully take the blade off, and let's see what we have. Looks really good. Here's a close-up. I'm going to sprinkle this on top of the salad. After you chop up the vegetables in here, if it's something really watery, I try not to just dump it because you don't want to drag a lot of water into the salad because it might get a little soggy. This is for Christmas for tomorrow, so we don't want it to be soggy by the time our guests get here. So I am trying to get out the cucumbers without taking all the water. Okay, cucumbers are out. Here's how it looks. I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of water in here. So I'm glad we didn't take this with us. I'm going to move on to the next vegetable. It's going to be a green bell pepper. So I'm going to cut the top off, just like I always do, and get off as much meat as I can. And we're going to cut the bottom. We're basically sending everything through the machine except for the ribs of the pepper and the seeds. So there's really not much to discard. This is all we're going to put on the side. So we don't want that. And we're going to take our processor back again and put the container back. We are going to put the blade back with the blade side up because we're not grating, we're slicing. Top is going to go on. We need to make sure that these are small enough that they can fit down the chute. So let's get these peppers down the chute here. Perfect. I'm going to plug in. I'm going to take my plunger and we're going to put that on. Okay, let's add more peppers. Okay, this is everything. Machine on. Unplug. I just unplugged my ring light also. And peppers out. All right, blade comes off. Here are the peppers. I'm going to dump this in and then I'm going to plug my light back in. This is looking really, really nice. And again, we're trying not to drag that liquid with us that's in the bottom here. I'm going to dump this out and rinse it out after this. We have, I think, 1 or 2 more things left to run through this machine. All right, peppers are in. I'm going to give it a little flip right here. It's looking awesome. It smells absolutely delicious. I'm just going to give this a rinse and I'll be back in 1 second. All right, here's the lettuce that I prepared earlier. And here are our carrots that we grated up in the machine. So I'm just going to push everything on out of that container into the salad. And I'm going to try to spread it out just a little bit so that it looks even. Okay, here's how it's looking so far. And the next ingredient is super simple. It's cherry tomatoes that I've already washed off. And I'm just going to add those in and give our salad a little fluffing. Moving on to the onion. I am going to cut the ends off. And remember, now we're using the food processor, so this has to be small enough to fit down inside. So I'm going to remove the skin. I'm going to put all this aside. And I don't even know if this is going to fit, so I'm going to cut it in half again. And we're going to take some on this half also. Maybe we could do the whole thing. So we have 4 halves right here. So I'm going to bring back in the processor. And I'm not even going to rinse this out. We're going to put this back. We're going to take the blade, but now we're not grating. We're slicing. So the other side is going to be up. And I'm going to put this top back on, snap it into place. And I'm going to take the onion, I'm going to cut it again, and I'm going to feed this down. And the next one, let's see how many we can fit in here. And this is going to slice the onions for us. Okay, let's plug back in again. Now that everything is safe, I'm going to take the plunger and I'm going to turn it on. Okay, and I have just a little bit more, so I'm going to add this in. Just a couple pieces. Plunger and on. Okay, we're going to unplug, top off, put our fingers in those 2 little spots to safely remove the blade, and take off our onions. I'm going to set this aside and take my salad back. Okay, I'm just going to rip up this piece. Is kind of big. Oh, I'm starting to cry from the onions. Okay, let's get the onions out of here. They are beautiful. And then I'll let you guys see close up. Like I always say, I don't really eat the raw onions, but I absolutely love the flavor that it gives to everything. Okay, onions are in. Now that I'm crying, here's how it's looking. I'm going to move on to the next vegetable. Okay, I'm ready to chop our last vegetable for tonight for the salad. I have some radishes here that I washed and I cut the ends off yesterday. I'm going to put them right in the chute, and I have the blade up. That is the slicer, and I'm going to put the machine on. Okay, we're going to unplug just like we've been doing. Take this off, take the blade off. Okay, there are the radishes. And I am going to put the machine back together, but I'm going to put the shredding blade back up. We're going to run some cheese through, and then that's going to be it for the salad. I'm going to go get the cheese. I'm up to the last ingredient, and then we're all done with our salad. I have cheddar cheese that I'm going to send through the machine. And I had it with the blade to grate it, not to slice it. And I unplugged. We're going to take this off carefully. And here is our cheese. So I'm going to add this into our salad. I actually had the salad in the kitchen under the ceiling fan for a few minutes just to make sure there wasn't any moisture in here, because like I said, this is for tomorrow and we don't want a soggy salad when our guests get here tomorrow. And I've got the cheese and we are all done. All right, that wraps everything up. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.